Welcome to my video review of the Rii T01. This is a compact HDMI microcomputer. I'll just show you quickly what you get included in the pack. This is a slightly larger package than you usually get with products of this type. There's an instruction manual. There is a USB charger. This is a 3-pin UK adapter, and you can plug the lead in separately. It also folds down at the top. There's 3.5mm audio cable. Below that we have the adapter. This converts the HDMI port to a VGA, so you can connect it to other monitors, and you have a 3.5mm audio out on that. That's the main computer unit itself. We'll look at that in more detail in a moment. Then we have the power lead. This plugs into the USB adapter, and you get a travel case as well. This has a hardened exterior to protect the micro PC. Moving in a bit closer now to take a look at the connections. You'll see we have two ventilation holes here. On the side we have more ventilation slots, and we have a USB port, a full size one, a 3.5mm headphone out socket, and a micro USB charging port. There is the power button on that side. Now when we flip it over to this side, we have another full size USB port. So we have the two USB full size ports. There's a micro SD card slot here as well. I've just booted up the computer now, and you can see it's running Windows 8.1. This is a licensed edition of Windows. You can see the activation key at the bottom there. This is the Bing version, which means it's got the browser is automatically set for Bing. It's exactly the same as the normal Windows 8. Other than that, on the right here we have the Windows 10 update. So what we'll do is we'll run that through and come back to the computer once we've done that. Booted back into the desktop now. The upgrade has finished, so everything remains as it was. So if you were working on any files or changing wallpapers and things, it will keep all of your settings previously, so it's an upgrade. You haven't lost anything, so it's fairly safe to do. I think Windows 10 is on balance worth going for, especially as there's a free upgrade option at the moment. Now if we're looking at the processor here, we have the Atom processor. It's a 4-core processor. Now bear in mind this isn't as powerful as a fully fledged quad-core desktop processor, but it's a lot better than netbooks were years ago. This changes its frequency from about 1.3 up to 1.8 gigahertz, and it will ramp down to save power. It's certainly good enough for standard use on a device like this, and the memory, we're using at about 1 GB of RAM out of the two. That works reasonably well on a computer of this type. This isn't for video editing and high performance. On the right hand side here we have the quick access to some of the settings as per normal Windows 10. You have Bluetooth built into this as well, which can be quite useful, particularly if you want to stream audio or transfer files across. And we have a tablet mode here. If you click on that, it brings up the icons, very much like Windows 8. Some people prefer that method of working, or if you want the standard start menu, you can go back to the normal desktop. It's also possible to modify and adjust the size of the tiles. With this model you don't get a HDMI extender, it's just straight into the back there, but that's partly offset with the ability to add the 3.5mm output, which is useful here because I don't have speakers that are built into this monitor. And you also have the two full-size USB plugs. It's not a heavy dongle at all, so it's not really a huge issue. Some people might prefer to have the extender option for that. I'm also running this off of a smart USB charger. As long as you can deliver 2 amps, it will run off of other power supplies too. Just running a video test on the computer now. This is running at 180p full HD, and there's no problems with dropped frame rates or anything like that. The computer is certainly good enough in performance to deal with day-to-day tasks. You can do a bit of light gaming as well. The Intel graphics that are on board are not bad at all, actually. They're quite respectable for a computer of this type. Just bear in mind, obviously it's not designed as a performance machine, but certainly as a backup it has some use. Now just a quick summary on my thoughts and conclusions with the Rii computer. I like the additional bundle that's included with it. I think the ability to convert it to a VGA and have the 3.5mm audio outputs is very useful, and it's something which is missing on some other products that are similar to this. So my overall thoughts are it's probably one of the stronger micro PCs that I've looked at to date.